Hello, this is my first weekly chat video um, for James or DVD Collector 1974. Um, I wanted to talk about this because he talked about celebrities and whatever, and if their personal life affects how you view their movie. They think that was the question. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But that's what it went, so I assume. Um, but I agree, like, I'm someone who loves to do research on things and people, and whenever I watch a movie that I like, I always have to, even if I don't like it, I do so much like research while I'm watching the movie, like on the actors and the production and all of it, because I'm like, I love that kind of thing. I love to learn that kind of stuff. And so, unfortunately, you probably shouldn't do this because it ruins a lot of stuff, actually. Um, Not really, but there are some people that, yes, may have not made the greatest decisions, it doesn't matter, whatever. But then there are people who are complete assholes in real life. So when I read about those, and kind of when I watch a movie of theirs, honestly, I was like, okay, he's a good actor, she's a good actor, but he or she were awful human beings. So it kind of changes that a little bit. Um, but at the same time, you can't take away their talent. If they're talented. And even if they're awful, they're still talented, and nothing you can say about them that will make it not true. Um, and you're talking about like Amanda Bynes and her little issue right now with like she's on drugs and whatever. And this isn't that extreme as that, but Judy Garland is one of my favorite actresses ever. She didn't get that bad, but she had a lot of personal issues with um, alcohol and drugs and substance abuse. She was in rehab a lot, and people like to bring that up as a huge flaw in her. But she did try to get help, and really, it's not her fault that she felt that way. That it was the only way to feel better about her situation. And I know that might sound like an excuse, but she did love performing, so it's not like you could go, oh, she could have just quit because she had all this money. She actually was dead broke, so really she didn't have that much money to fall back on. So she really didn't have the choice to just quit. She did like singing anyway, but there's always that, well, she was on drugs and stuff. And it's like, but she could sing and she could act, and it didn't affect her performance. And that's all that really matters. And it shows how professional she was. Like, she would show up late to set like the last two movies. She didn't want to do it anymore, and she would wanted to get fired, and she showed up late. And yet, she was able to do amazing. Like, Earthborn, when she was at her lowest with her drug and alcohol and mental state. But that's one of her best movies of all time. It's just so great. And the performance that she gives, you don't see what she was going through. It doesn't show. She's so professional. You don't see the damage that she was doing to herself. And she just did a great job. And I think that you do have to put the personal life away when you're watching a movie. Like, it could be like, oh, that person does drugs, but if it doesn't affect the performance, then really it doesn't matter. And anyway, Judy Garland was a really nice woman, and that's another thing. You can be an addict, but still be a good person, still be a good performer. And there are a lot of people who aren't addicts who are assholes. and who can't perform. So there's a kind of a interesting situation in that way, but I hope I answered it right and correctly. I just went on a tangent because that's bothering, but yeah, and then there's the Criterion Collection thing, and I don't really know too much about those. I know the Terror and Maud one, and I love that movie, and kind of want that, but really it's packaging, so I don't know if I really need it that bad. But it's a beautiful cover. That's all I have to say about. That's what I do like about it. Um, I don't know. I don't know what could be Criterion. Because I'm not really good with that kind of stuff. A League of Their Own. I'm gonna say that one because that's a good movie. Um, but yeah. Um, that is my video. So goodbye.